Do you know the worst of all? A drug addict does not find it difficult to get money to get that drug because he can do anything to go for the drug. I was destroying my heart. I was destroying my soul. All in the name of enjoyment. I live this useless life of gambling, womanizing, drug addiction. I was living anyhow. The more I was into sin, the more I was getting money. The more I was getting whatever thing I need. Because of bad addiction. Even when I stopped smoking, if I tell you I don't smoke anymore, you will not believe me. Say, come on there. You dey smoke for packets, you go fit stop. People, to the extent that people I tell about myself, say, no, nothing good can come out of this guy. Everybody say laughing. Biggie, you want to become pastor? Make you just go there, go fully, say make him come back.
Hello, Mr. Chuks. You're welcome.
Thank you.
This is Opinions and Impact. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so may we get to meet you. Can you introduce yourself?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. It's a great privilege. My name's Oyemike Chukwuemeke. I'm from Delta State, Nigeria. Kwale is my main town. That's me.
All right. So, did you grow up in Delta State?
Yes, I grew up in Delta State.
Okay. So, how was life like? Growing up in Delta State.
Oh, my brother, it wasn't easy. I must say the truth. It wasn't easy. Growing up from a polygamous family is not really an easy something. My dad got married to 3 wives. My elder brother has his own mother. Myself have my own mother. My younger brother has his own mother. We're just 3 boys from 3 different women. You understand? So you know how it looks like when you're growing up from a polygamous home. It's not easy. It's a tug of war. You understand? Everybody is looking for his own benefits. But I came to really understand that growing up from a polygamous family is not an easy something. So I knew it was time for me to survive and survive alone. So I'm a very rough somebody, very, very rough.
But how was life like in the home? What was the things you were seeing in your home, as a child, in a polygamous family that that actually broke your heart, or
Yeah,
that you can remember?
Yeah, things I can remember very well is my dad is a very strict person, very, very strict, and sorry to say this, he's also a womanizer. My dad is a strong womanizer. He loves young ladies, fine girls. He doesn't take his eye off young ladies, young girls. And so I would say I'm a boy with so many aunties.
Exactly. So how was that like? The experience. Like, how did you handle that? How did that impact you? What were the things you were seeing? That you can.
Those things never impacted me. Rather, it destroyed me the more. As a child, you're supposed to grow up with your both parents, your mom and your dad, to get the discipline. For just your dad to train you, to cater for you, is not an easy task. All he does is to make provision for you, and he doesn't care to know how the provision is being utilized. You understand? So I would say more or less I grew up under my elder ones and my cousin sisters. You understand? My cousins and my senior brother, they were the one that brought me up because I learned so many things from them. My growing up was very, very rough. That parental love wasn't there. That motherly care was not there. I never got motherly care as a child. The motherly care was never there.
What happened to that aspect of your life?
That aspect was that according to my mom, she told me she and my dad were into a relationship, and by the time she told my dad that she's pregnant, my dad was kind of you're pregnant. He said, okay. Or yeah, go and I don't think I can father a child. What is this that I'm not yet ready to father a child? According to her, she said my dad gave her money to go and abort the pregnancy. but she refused because while she was thinking about it, and she got a message from God that that child you want to abort is a great child, is a destiny, is born to be great. So if you make any attempt to abort that child, you will die. That was what my mom said to me, that if you make any attempt to abort me, that she will die. So because of that fear and that message, she never made any attempt to abort me as a baby. So that was how God has preserved me. So when my mom gave birth to me, my dad heard that my mom has given birth to me. So the elder sister, I don't know how the elder sister get to know. She traveled down from the village to Lagos. You understand? Because they gave birth to me in Lagos State, but I grew up in Delta State. That was how my dad, elder sister, came to Lagos State, and she took me as of when I was 3 months, 3 months old. So you can see that I never benefited that parental love. So I was not fed with breast milk. So she took me, and when she took me down to Kwale. I was they do call me Nakita. Like I was very small. I was so smallish. I was malnourished. So it was my dad was sending money to her. So she was buying milk. I don't know, cow milk and the rest of them. All these were things they told me. You understand? They never knew I could survive it. So it was when I was about 11 to 12 years old. That was when my mom came visiting me, and they said, "This is your mom." I said, "No, this is not my mama." I would say, "This woman is my mama." So I prefer calling my dad elder sister my mother than my own biological mom, because she was the person that brought me up. You know, so I was brought up by my grandmother and my dad elder sister. Then I call my grandmother Nemuku, while my dad elder sister, the one that brought me up, Nemontekere. Nemuku means my big mother. Nemontekere means my small mother. These are the two women that raised me up. And I grew up in a very rough environment, an area where they call Eke. When you get to Kwale, you ask of Ogbeke. So many great leaders today are from that environment. In that environment, what they know that area for is they are into gambling. They gamble a lot. They don't play with gamble. So you can imagine me growing up from a gambling environment. You understand? So it's not an easy stuff. My dad, elder sister, she's a businesswoman, a strong businessman. She sells Gary, while my grandmother sells yam. So because of the kind of friends, the kind of company I kept, you know, I started smoking at a very early stage. They do send me to buy marijuana.
How did that start for you? How did the smoke? What was the influencing factor? You know, that prompted, that exposed you to
the thing that exposed me to doing that was the environment. My environment is a very rough environment. My dad doesn't stay in Delta. He stays in Lagos. Then he hasn't relocated to Delta State. He stays in Lagos. So my aunt, she's an illiterate. She's not learned, you understand? So the environment itself is a very rough environment. I'm a very obedient boy, errand boy. Go and buy cigar for me. You see me, I will rush down to buy cigar. Go and buy Igbo. I will go and buy Igbo, buy drink. There's no message they send me that I say no to. To the extent I got used to them. Whenever they quench cigarettes, if I look, there's nobody looking around, I'll pick it up. I will sip from it. That was how it started. From there, I'll buy for them. At night, I will sneak and I will smoke mine. So I had these friends.
But who used to send you to get these things? Who are the people, you know?
These are the Ogbeke men, the senior men then. Somebody like bro. All these are
whether it's your uncles or your neighbors.
You know when you grow up in a market square, a market environment, a rough environment, everybody there is your uncle. I don't know if you understand. Everybody there is your uncle. And during our time, if they send you a message, you don't go, you get punished for that. If they don't give you frog jump, they will give you PP. If they don't give you PP, you carry block on your head. You understand? And if you mistake any message, you understand, you have to go to job and pay for it. If you don't, or they ask you to do something, you don't do it. The day your guardian is not around, you get punished for it, for even exposing their deeds. I'm only in an environment where they're always playing gamble. I go to buy what? I buy dice. All these are the kind of lifestyle I grew up with. So growing up, today my dad will bring this woman, tomorrow he bring another woman, next tomorrow he bring another woman. Once he comes, he just drop money for us. Then so it got a time. I think my aunt, whenever we then I was going to Santa Maria in Kwale, the Catholic church. So whenever we take our results at the end of the term, because I know she's not that learned, I will manipulate the results. So funny that I'll manipulate the results. I will now play, if my position is to be 23 or 24, I will clean it up with tippers and I want to put first. So she was like, you when they read, when you say every time she not back game, you could just run up and down. How you take carry first? So that was how she now took me to the school to report me. Man, I won't forget that incident. I was so dealt with. In short, I was given a big portion to clear. So when my dad finally came, he came and he said I should go and bring my result. So that kind of result now that you mutilated, you understand? As a learned man, I know you definitely catch me. So when he saw my result, saw everything, he was very angry. He said, he was very, very angry. He was mad. He said, he was mad at me. He said, so all the money I've been sending, you cannot perform nothing. That was when my dad took me away from AK Square, Ogbeke. I'm a child of Ogbeke. The market there is called Ogbeke. The streets there, we have so many great people, so many intelligent boys there that are very, very creative. Some are still alive, some are dead. So many of them are dead now, while some are overseas. You understand? If you see Ogbeke products, they are very, very. These are very, very strong children. If you talk about job, they go to job. Like during this December period, an Ogbeke guy, somebody from other place may not have money, but an Ogbeke guy will always have money because he will always make money from the market. You understand? Some are into pickpockets, some are into gambling, some are into normal job. They go to job to make their money. During this period, they love women a lot. If you talk about taking care of women, they can take care of girls very well. They spend on ladies. An Ogbeke guy can spend his last cash on a girl, not minding who the girl is dating.
So this was like the normal, ideology and way of life, that you grew up in.
Yes. It's just like growing up in it's a ghetto. Ogbeke is a market. It's also a ghetto because everything is there. It's something that if they go to anywhere, they cooperate. If they go to anywhere and maybe you are trying to intimidate somebody that is not from Ogbeke, once the person shout Ogbeke, Kweke, if there are only 2 or 3 Ogbekes there, they'll come out to fight. Even in schools, even where they play matches and the rest of it, once they just shout Ogbeke, if you're just being oppressed or being intimidated within that Kwale houses, you understand? It's not a secret society, but they just love themselves. They just love themselves because so many persons there. Some have mother, they don't have father, some have father, some are even taking care of themselves. So once they just hear Ogbeke, Kweke, if both girls and boys, they'll come out to fight. And when they fight, they're very rugged. You can imagine, like me growing up in Ogbeke, there was a time I was intimidated because of a girl. My classmate, she saw me on Wash Night of Christmas. During Wash Night of Christmas, we all go to Catholic. You understand? To shout Happy Christmas. So we came out. So the girl's name is Jennifer. As soon as this girl saw me, Chuks, Lagos Bobo, fine boy, the girl hugged me. I never knew she was with her boyfriend, and that her boyfriend was a Curtis. You understand? She hugged me. Thank God, you're the first person I saw this year. So we celebrated, we rejoiced over it. Jennifer. So the girl left. The next thing I saw was an attack. The boyfriend, he's a Curtis. The guy just came. The next thing, he just slapped me. I will never forget that incident. I never knew what prompted me. That day I was leaving the house. I went with a penknife. I hid it at my side, at my back pocket. I just decided to take it. So As soon as the guy slapped me, I was like, my guy Onyeka, the guy was sorry, it's late now. Onyeka, may so rest in peace. My friend is my childhood friend, is my best friend. So he's late now. The next thing I saw was Onyeka. Onyeka ran. He ran.
He left you.
He left. Yes. It was only me. So when the guy slapped me, he slapped me again. Slapped me the third one. The next time I brought out that penknife and I hugged him. So when I hugged him, I stabbed him at his backhand. I placed the knife into his so his friends did not see it. So it was not at the front, at the back of his hand, because I hugged him to stab him. So when I stabbed him, his court mates that came with him, his bodyguards and the rest of them, they were waiting to see blood before they could take action. So since they were looking at him to see if they will see where he's bleeding from, that was when I became free. I had to run. So I jumped into the market, and that market is a very dark place. That's a K market. Once you go inside and you know your way out, a stranger cannot come in there and find you. So that was how I was able to escape. So it didn't end there. The guy came looking for me when during school resumption. He came with his court boys, threatening to kill me. So I also pleaded with my classmates, my friends in school, that I don't want problem. We should go in max, and I want to make peace with the guy. So I went there. I told him not to be offended. I knelt down before the guy. I begged him to please have mercy on me. I'm very sorry. I never did it intentionally. It was the slap he gave to me 1, 2, 3 times that prompted me to stab him, because there was no means I could defend myself.
Defend yourself.
So I had to stab him. So in the process of stabbing him, that was when I now flew. So I begged him. He was kind of refusing. So along the line, I asked him, how much did you spend for the treatment? Let me pay. Some of my friends were angry for me to beg him, but I needed to maintain peace. What has happened has happened. The worst of it all was that during the period he came to look for me, this same girl that he was fighting me because of was pregnant for another guy.
That is aside from the both of you now.
For both of us, he was pregnant for somebody else, so she had to drop out of school. Now I was like, okay, you won't come kill me because of woman. The girl when you fight, where you till get this problem now, you don't go get belay for another person. My brother, let's leave this whole problem, please. Forgive me. I did not stab you intentionally. It was out of self-defense that led to that stabbing. I was begging. You need to see how humble I was that day. I knelt down. I begged him, beg. Fred said, okay, no problem. That he will give me the bill for the treatment he took. So after all said and done, I paid for everything. So he now went his own way. I went my own way.
So, but what were the kind of things, the kind of dangers, similar dangers that,
I really have encountered so many. There's this my auntie, my name. She sells bread at a K Market Square garage close to the Catholic church there. There was this other guy again. She asked on a very fateful day. She sells all these alcohol, all these shots. They call them shots. She sells all those mixtures, all those alcohol that makes man to drink and get drunk and start misbehaving. So she told me that she's coming. She wants to go to the market to get something. I should sit down and I should not sell anything to anybody on credit. So as soon as she left, the guy came and the guy said I should sell drink for him, monkey tea. So I sold the first, sold the second one. So the guy was about leaving. I said, my sister say, man, not sell anything on credit to. You go pay me money. The guy say, make I come on, get out. Why will I ask him to pay? My sister is a small girl. He doesn't, he's drunk. He doesn't know what he was just talking anyhow. So at the end of the day, I heard him that he must pay me. The next thing he did, he slapped. I don't know why people like slapping me. The next thing he did again, he slapped me. Oh man, I couldn't take it anymore. I had to take the closest bottle there and stabbed him on the head. My brother, that day, I knew that when you have problem is when you know people who loves you and people that doesn't like you at all in this life. As soon as I stabbed the guy, the bottle, the head was pumping out blood. Boom, boom, boom. The guy heard me. He said, we will die today. I heard him, he heard me. I was expecting people to come and Nobody, everybody flew. My sister that will have the shop came. It was kind of a beg, move go hospital. I forget the money, move go hospital. Everybody was like, move go hospital. He refused. That was how he bleeded until he became weak. It was when he fainted, we were not able to rush him to the. It was not an easy experience that day. People that were, my friends that were seeing us, they once they see the blood, if you see blood on my body, blood stain on my body that day, once they just say, now wow, choose which one you call, now what for this boy, you too do. So at the end of the day, I received the blame because anger prompted me to do that, and I thank God the guy did not die. That was how we rushed the guy to the hospital. Now in that process, I told you, my people, the people I grew up with, they are so diabolic. Any small thing, they don't go do juju. They don't rush go do juju. So they rushed the guy to the hospital. While the guy was in the hospital, all my own, I knelt down to pray. This guy, let him survive it. He should survive it. So they went, did one or two things to calm the guy's spirit down, buried one or two things at the compound. At the end of the day, the guy survived it, and I went and apologized. I begged him. Luckily, he knew that what really happened was out of alcohol, so he accepted. He called me, my junior brother. Now, forget, I don't forgive you. So since then, the bros, I respect him a lot. Whenever I see my bro Sonny, I always greet him. At times, if I don't see him, if he sees me first, he greets me. At times there was the day we sat down together. He bought me one bottle beer. We sat down, we were drinking together. So we became close friends. You understand? All these things are things I have, as in.
So, but how has been your spiritual life and spiritual journey so far?
My spiritual journey, actually, I don't normally go to church. I do go to church maybe based on invitee. I'll go to church, I'll pray. At times, if any church I go to, as the Spirit leads, I say, okay, go and testify to the goodness of the Lord. I'll come out, I'll give testimony for the things God has done in my life. So my spiritual life right now is different from my spiritual life before.
How was your spiritual life before? Where were you at? And
I just this kind of person that I take people to I know so many herbalists. So many spiritual men or spiritual fake prophet and the rest of them. I know so many of them. The only part of it is that I take people to do jazz. They spend money to do jazz. I also do jazz for myself, but it doesn't work for me. But the people I took to do those things, they will do it, will work for them according to the way they want it. But if I do jazz, I spent almost close to 350,000 going to Ijebu. They brought out 2 pots. They cooked me inside. At the end of the day, when I came back to my own town, the thing did not work for me. I was like, I've been spending money for jazz. I've been spending all this money for so many things. It is the more I spend money, the more I have more problems, the more I face so many encounters. But I want to tell you one thing. You see that when you are not serving God, your temptations is limited because the devil believes he owns you.
Yes.
He owns everything about you. So I was not going to church. I do once, you understand? I was into clubbing, enjoyment. They will hate me biggie. If I have money, I'll start spending money. Then things were coming my way. You know what nearly destroyed me most? Smoke. I smoke. There's nothing I don't smoke. I smoke I smoke Manchester, Benson, Oris, name it. I left that one. I started smoking marijuana. I left marijuana. I started taking. I went full. I was fully into drug. I was fully into drug.
But how did the drug start? Can you remember how you got initiated into?
Like I told you, the environment I grew up, the peer group, you understand, and where they said these things are very close to me, and I do go to buy these things for senior men. When they say they send you message, if you no go, you collect punishment. So I was going to buy drugs for all these men. So I knew where to get those things, and I see them take those things. So one day I decided to try. And when I started, I said, if I just do, I'm not going to do them again. That was when I said, I'm not going to do them again. That was when I started doing it the more. I became so addicted. Do you know the worst of all? A drug addict does not find it difficult to get money to get that drug. because he can do anything to go for the drug. But when he does not, when he stops taking those things, those money, those things he normally do to get those money, he will know there's no more access for those money. Like me, the moment I decided to follow Christ, the moment I made up my mind that I don't want to live the kind of life I'm living, you know when you have people around you, you lost trust. You just call your name anyway, say that guy, nothing good can come out of that guy, that bad boy. That funny enough, all my friends, most of my cousins and my brothers are cultists. Despite my stubbornness, despite all the kind of rough life I live, I never belonged to any secret society. The reasons are, my brother who is in Baga said, the day I hear say you go join Ayes, we will come, we'll kill you. My brother who is an Aye will come and say, the day we hear that you go and join Aye, we'll come, we'll kill you. The one who is in Aye will come and say, the day we go hear say you don't go become Ayes or Baga, we'll come. All these people are all around me. Now, these are saying you will come and kill me. I don't want to die, yo. So that means I'm an occult because I'm in the midst of them all. But I was never initiated to any secret society. But when you see me, when you see my outfit, there's no kind of Timberland I don't wear. I wear rugged jeans, rugged trousers. If I won't tell you I'm not a cultist, you will not believe. I've passed through so many things in life because of my upbringing. My foundation was very rough. It was very, 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 very rough. So many persons, if they try what I've done in my life, they will die. Vanity upon vanity. All is vanity. You imagine where they will pay you 1 point something, 2 million naira, 3 million naira for job well done. You will lodge in a hotel. You get ice. You get ice. You smoke ice to the extent, your eye plump out. You can't even eat. You become slain. From ice, because of the addiction, you go to CK. When you get a ragolis, you use cigar, choke it, you look for ash put. Once you just put one small thing, 5,000, I bet low down one pinch, money has gone. I was destroying my heart. I was destroying my soul. All in the name of enjoyment. Look at the kind of life I lived. Look at the kind of life I lived. I lived this useless life of gambling, womanizing, drug addiction. I was living anyhow. The more I was into sin, the more I was getting money. The more I was getting whatever thing I need. Because of bad addiction. Even when I stopped smoking, if I tell you I don't smoke anymore, you will not believe me. Say, come out there. You dey smoke for packets, you will fist stop. People, to the extent that people I tell about myself, say, no, nothing good can come out of this guy. Until the day I met a woman of God, Mrs. Fidelia, Oyemike Fidelia, the owner of the general overseer of Peculiar Believers Assembly, Kwale, that woman of God, she took me as her own son. She bought form from Dunamis, 4 forms. She asked, who will go this school of ministry? Everybody denied. They just say, no, you don't go. You go. Imagine, because of my lifestyle, because of the things I've gone through, because of people who know me. As soon as I just raised my hand up that, I will go to school, not knowing how I'll get there. Everybody started laughing. Biggie, you won't go become pastor. Make it just go there, go fully, said make him come back.
So all this while, yeah, before you met the woman, did you ever try to stop these addictions on your own? And how was it like?
I tried stopping it on my own. The moment I started stopping it, I have friends that take it. They come to my house to take drugs. Imagine when you don't have money, you are broke totally. Your friend that has money, that is into drug, he cannot give you money. Unless he buys that thing, and in that process, he can give you money. It's okay. Oh yeah, my guy, since you don't get money, oh yeah, owe this 10,000, owe this 15,000. After, inside the money, go and buy drugs. I'll go get the drugs. Even when I was ready to stop, I thought I don't stop. They will go and bring it. Before you know, I'll find myself doing it until the day I declare that this drug addiction is over. If they call me, I'll tell them I'm not. The moment I tell them I'm not around, I say, So they said they now observe that this guy don't change. You know, they near us again. No, them too. They stopped coming to my place. They stopped coming close to me. At times they meet me at home. I'll lock the door and tell them I'm going. I don't want anybody to smoke in my house. And you know, once you tell a smoker, an addicted smoker, that you know go fit smoke for my house, and the pressure is there, the next thing they will go and look for another your friend that has a more better house, better accommodation to go and satisfy their wants. At times they even leave to hotel. They will lodge hotel, range of 30,000-40,000 suits. They will not lodge just to take their drugs, just to do their thing. It was not easy, my dear. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. It was God all through.
Okay. Now fast forward to when you met this woman of God. How was the experience like, you know? Did you really mean to do this Dynamic School of Ministry, or something just, you know?
Actually, I met her at the right time. At the time I started regretting all that I've done. At the time I looked at my left, nobody. I looked at my right, nobody. I looked at my back, nobody. But it was only God that could come through for me. At that time, I called on his name. God, this is what I want. If you can do this thing for me, I promise you, I'm going to serve you. With all the time wasted with politicians, I've campaigned for big men. I campaigned for Tinubu. The pictures, the records are there. I campaigned for Tinubu. I campaigned for Oma Agege. I campaigned for Friday Osanebi. I campaigned for my uncle, Chief Johnson Osayopone, and so many others. I campaigned for so many big men. The one that pains me most is my uncle that I campaigned for. He promised to fly me abroad. But because he didn't win the election for the House of Rep. Because he did not win. He stopped picking calls. He stopped replying my messages and the rest of them. My passport, I think I have my passport. He's here with me. He's the one that did the passport for me. Promised to send me abroad. This is the passport. Now, since then, no calls, I call, I send message, no reply, nothing. There's nothing I did not do to see if I can travel abroad. I even tried selling my building. I have a house. So, like as I was saying, I was being used by politicians. I'm somebody that anything I come out for, anything I come out to do, people are always there to support me. Especially when you're into anything, if you're a very rough somebody, you're a street guy. Me, I was born and brought up in the ghetto. Ogbeke, full-time Ogbeke, not BC, Chirikambia Mata. Ogbeke, full-time street. I be the mouth of the people. You see me, I have fans. All the market women are my fans. All the pomo sellers are my fans. All the slaughter boys are my fans. All the cow sellers, all the allergy them, the breed change them, they are my fans. There's something I want to do now, that involves crowd. That when I call my crowd, that they will follow. I work with people who are older than me. They know I have the mind to do. I don't work with foolish people. The people I work with are, like, if you tell why the politicians were able to manipulate and use me was that I gave them my heart. All the persons that worked under me, they all have their PVCs. They all have their voters card. And they are ready to do as I tell them. You know why I was campaigning. There was a time I went to campaign for my uncle at Abe. For Tinubu, Oma Agege, Friday Osanebi, Otumba, one of Africa. He's one of the youngest man that knows the art of the youth. Otumba himself. No, you know, we just talk. You know, go fit talk with him good. Now, good person do you go talk. Otumba don't really empower people. Otumba, Friday Osanebi, he has really empowered. And he's still empowering. The time whenever he sees me, he wants to empower me. But his PA, people around him, they always, he gave me his number. He asked me to come and see him in Asaba. That he have something for me. I was being blocked. My brother, listen now. This thing, it pains me when I start speaking because I was being manipulated. I was being used. Even to the extent, early morning, I will come out to campaign. As early as 4 a.m. when people I wake people up. I will campaign. The PDP people became scared of me. They had to connive. The next thing they said was, I'm a thug. I'm not a thug. I'm a graduate. I graduated from Delta State Polytechnic, Ogwashuku. That was where I obtained my OND and my HND. How can I be doing thug? I was asked to campaign, and campaign is free. The PDP people saw the way I was campaigning, saw the way the people were following me, saw the kind of crowd I was pulling out. The next thing they did, they connived and said I was tearing banners up and down. I'm a thug, I'm this, I'm that. The next thing, I was arrested. While in the cell there, the record is there. My father came and said they should charge this matter to court. That they don't have any right to arrest me. I'm not a thug. How can I be tearing banners? 2 days after, while inside the cell there, they came and said, the Alpha, if you accept not to work with PDP, we'll give you 5 million. I cannot work. I would like, if even that person that betrayed my uncle, he never paid him, but if somebody like me betrayed my uncle, who is an APC man, I Chief Johnson Osayopone, he's my uncle. He's the one that made my father who he is today. Even though he made me promise and he has not fulfilled the promise. Promise to travel abroad. Promise to link me up with Omagege and Tunubu. These are people I sacrificed. They nearly killed me and my group. But God rescued us out. I was detained. And I stood my ground that the matter should be charged to court. When this matter was charged to court, I was spending money going to court. The records are there. Whatever thing I tell you, I have the records. I have the proof. All these big men I'm telling you about, it's only Tunubu that is not aware, because they were all working for Tunubu. You understand? But the whole package was given to them, but I never got anything. The whole policies came and failed. Now, the life of those people that campaigned with me, their lives has not changed up till now. They are struggling because they lost so many people because of they left PDP to support APC. Since then, that thing has been affecting them, that they left PDP to support APC. Those people who are in position to help them cannot help them. They now see them as a betrayer. I was detained. I stayed in the cell for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, which is against the law, before they now charged the matter to court. While in the court there, no PDP member was able to come out and speak anything against me. They just laid an allegation against me, which I'm supposed to reverse this matter. I was discharged and acquitted without how do they say it? I wasn't guilty. You understand? So all these are things I've passed through. I've passed through so many things. Now, do you want to tell me now that after this campaign, after this promise and faith, do you think any politician, I cannot allow any politician to use me anymore. I've been used before. Me and my crew, me and my teammates were used. Even the money they promised to give to, do you know what it takes? That before a politician will get to a ground, the people who are campaigning for him will first of all get there. There's no place I did not campaign. I covered all my syllabus in campaign. I campaigned in Ashawukota. I campaigned in the jungle. I campaigned at villages where we knew that this area is for PDP people. We still went there to campaign. We were locked up in Abe. They nearly killed us there. Until I had to confess that, please, I beg, my campaign will come do. And my father, na PDP, me at the APC. Now waiting we go chop, now they find. Now the way forward, thinking that is the right thing to do. I never knew that I was just working for people who will not remember my I sacrificed a lot. Me and my boys, we took risk. We took a lot of risk.
Now, how has all of these experiences, shaped your mindset now, moving forward in life?
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for this question you asked me. God will bless you. It has really, really, really changed my mind. All the time I've used in campaigning for politicians, I want to use it to campaign for Jesus. I no longer want to campaign for anybody. Man can promise and fail. Man will disappoint you. They will promise you this. They gave me passport, promised to fly me abroad. Up till now, I was fully disappointed with all the sweet words, all the promises and fail. That I think I will go back again to campaign for such people. Never. It won't happen. The time I will use in campaigning for any politician now, they will see me campaigning for Jesus. That is the right way to follow. That is the right man that is the right God to empower. I tell you, I tell you, there's no type of jazz I've not done. It did not work for me. I came to Abuja. It was by the grace of God. I just summoned the courage and collected the form for School of Ministry to go to Dunamis School of Ministry. It was like, I don't even have transport. It was the money Mrs. Oyemike gave to me for my school fees, 20,000 naira. I used the money to go and pick Macapolio at Onitsha. That was where I paid transport to Abuja. I got Abuja here. She called somebody, Mrs. Roland, Gloria Roland. So they were looking for place to get a house in Abuja. Abuja go Abuja you. If you don't have anybody in Abuja, don't just say, hey, I'm going to. Don't try it. If you come to Abuja and you are lazy, you cannot survive. If you come to Abuja, you don't have any ambition of doing anything, you will not survive. If you have any intention of coming to Abuja to beg for money, you will not survive. Especially when you cannot speak the language. You can't speak Hausa. You don't hear Hausa. You don't. You can't. Even the people that can even speak the language are even still suffering. Abuja not before play. I've been to Abuja. I've been in Abuja. I'm even still in Abuja. It has not been easy for me. You see this security house. It's not security house. So they rent it out. A security house is being given out for 400k. Lowest 300k for security house.
How did you survive when you came to Abuja? How was it like your experience in
my surviving in Abuja is a big testimony, my brother. When I came to Abuja, I noticed that I'm just alone with my God. Nobody, even the person they gave to me to stay with, is also a survivor. You understand? He was living in just one room, a security house. That was where he was staying. He accommodated me. God will bless him for that, for giving me that accommodation. I must tell him thank you. It was Mrs. Gloria who asked him, see this guy, where to go? The guy accommodated me. So while I was there with him, my brother, as you wake up in the morning, you go and look for what to do. Instead of it to beg for money to eat, you beg for money to go to where you will work. You beg for money to go to church, but don't beg for money to look for what you eat. But you don't beg for money to eat, but beg for money to go and work to see money to eat. Because this same person you beg money from, tomorrow you can also come and beg you for money. You also have to reciprocate. Somebody help you, you guys help person. Now two hand, they wash hand. So like the question you asked me, I was able to survive in Abuja because I was so determined. Through the message of the man of God, senior pastor, Dr. Paul Eneche, I listened to his message. He said, it's better to fail. It's better to try and fail than to fail not to try. When I got that message, everything about me changed. It's better to try and fail. Make move. Fail. Don't worry, you succeed. Than not to try at all. That is, if you don't do anything at all, you are gone, you are doomed forever. When I heard that message, better to try and fail than to fail to try. That was when I picked it up. I bought peanuts from some persons. The proofs are there. I started hawking peanuts at Glory Dawn. Zobo. I hawked peanuts, I hawked Zobo, I hawked tiger nut, orange juice. The proofs are all there. I removed shame. I was starting, buy your sweet Zobo here, tiger nut, buy one, take two for free. No food for lazy man. Man must also, all these are my slogans. Man must also. When people see me do, I was honestly, look at this big man hawking something.
You know, contrasting to when, you used to have money, how was the experience like, knowing that you have to push him aside? You had touched money before, you actually lived some kind of lifestyle before. Yeah. How were you able to put all of that behind you?
Yeah. Okay. I get, like they say, my father always say one thing, I get them before, not be property. I had it before, and I don't have it anymore. So for me now to stay idle, waiting for a miracle, waiting for somebody to help me. They say everyone help those who help themselves. I had to push my enjoyment, the flexing, the 1 month lodging hotel, the clubbing, the smoking, the lavish life, the wasted time. I have to push it all away. I have to start afresh. I have to pick up from somewhere. My dear, to the extent, people who knew me as a Dunamis member going to school of ministry. Look at this guy. They were laughing at me. They were mocking me. I had to go to job. The proofs are also there. Anything I'm telling you, I have the record, I have the proofs. I had to go to job. Concrete job, to raise money to pay for the school fees. I paid the school fees. I paid all that were asked to be paid. I did all that with my bare hands and with the support of God.
Now, I think it's very important that I say something here. What is your message for people, okay, that actually are trying to transition, from a bad habit or bad phase of life or a bad lifestyle to a new beginning, just like you did. But they have this mindset that as long as they come to God, things are going to be rosy, things are going to be sweet. It is all enjoyment, knowing that even in God there is a new beginning, and then the struggle is real. What is your message to those kind of people, thinking that as long as they come to God, everything has to be smooth, everything has to be nice and well?
Yeah, thank you. The message I have for you out there as a young boy, a young girl, is that God is always there to answer. Whenever you are ready to give your heart, your life to God, He will always come true for you. Like I said, if you want to better your life, you want to move forward, you have to quit your old life. The life of gambling, it never pay. I gambled a lot. The life of taking drugs, this thing nearly destroyed. He killed my drug taking. I don't know. I would have died a long time ago. He killed some of my friends. Some persons, because of this intake of drugs, have kidney failures. If you can take, for example, let me give you a narrative so you know that what I'm telling you, I've been in and I'm out, and it was the grace of God that brought me out. Can you chew bitter cola? Chew it, don't swallow it. Buy a white hanky, pour the bitter cola, spit it in the white hanky, wrap it, keep it. The next day, throw the dust, the shaft of that bitter cola, throw it away. Use hypo, use all detergent, soak the handkerchief inside the water, and you see the results. That stain of that bitter cola can never be taken away. That is the damage. That is the damage of all the intake of the alcohol, of the drug abuse, the smoking is causing to your heart. If hypo clean cannot remove that bitter cola stain from a pure white handkerchief, that is the stain in your heart that cannot be removed. So it is when you stop now. It is when you stop now and give your life to Christ, that is when you become new. God has all the spare parts for you. When you change, God will change your heart. God will change the spare parts. God will change the one I never wanted to talk about, which is an evil spirit. This addiction of masturbating. It came to a time, at times, every morning, the spirit will come. Your mind will be just rise. You start masturbating. This is a bad evil spirit. I was able to conquer it. A day came. I went to that mama, see what I do. She held my hand and prayed over it. That was how I was able to stop. It's an addiction. It's an evil spirit. It's a spirit on its own. It's a spirit on its own. So my message out there for you, God loves you so much. You are not a failure, because I'm not a failure. You are a champion. You are not a failure. Just give your heart to Christ Himself. Like there's a slogan I have now. You see my father in the Lord, Dr. Paul Eneche. Anybody that you cannot keep your father in the house and insult my spiritual father. I'm sorry for those people who come online to insult Dr. Paul Eneche. Look at all the people who are saying evil about him first. Let's leave it. Look at those people saying bad about Dr. Paul Eneche online, YouTube, Facebook, and the rest of them. Look at their life. Look at their life before now. They were doing well, doing very okay. But the moment they stand up to start speaking evil of any man of God, a true man of God, their life has never been. No, they say a bad person because they run and nobody they pursue. You say the Paul nature do this, Paul nature. It's a lie. It is your conscience that is judging you. That man is a good man. He has helped so many people. He has done so many things for people. I've seen it with my eye, and I'm a beneficiary to it. If you think it is easy, come to school of ministry and you testify. You know, say yes, there is God in Dunamis and there is discipline in Dunamis. So that is it.
So right now, what do you think is your plan? Moving forward from here.
Okay, moving forward from here, my goal and my plan is to start up a business, which I've already started. Is just to expand my business. I intend having a shop of my own. I want to sell shoes. I want to go into clothing and shoes. You understand? And whenever it is time for me to go for the gospel, but at least once in a week, I should be able to go out to evangelize. If I feel campaign for politicians, I suppose if once in a week, I suppose go out there, go do evangelism for God, to win souls for him. If I feel win souls for politicians, why can't I win souls for God? You understand? So from here, my plans are to have a stable income and use the income for the work of the Lord. There's no more time for gambling, no more time for smoking, drinking, living wayward life, going from one club to the other.
Okay, that is beautiful. I pray that God will empower you.
Amen.
Now, looking back to your life and seeing how far you went in all of these things, did you have anybody growing up as a role model that you actually looked up to? I forgot to ask you that. Anybody at all that you actually admire that when I grow up, I want to be like this person?
There's one person I love and admire so much. Normally I don't have a role model before now, but it is now that I came to Dunamis. I really admire the coordinator. Yeah, my coordinator for School of Ministry. Yeah, Mr. Agaba. That will ask you, are you aware? Or you're not aware? He's a very good man, Mr. Agaba. He's a very good man, very disciplined. So people don't take him for granted. He's a very nice man. One funny thing about him is that if you're close to him, you know he's a very nice man. But if you're not close to him, if you're not doing the right thing, you can't be close to him. It is only when Mr. Agaba, it's only when you're doing the right thing that Mr. Agaba can be close to you. Yeah. He's my role model.
But do you think that
he disciplined me?
but do you think that not having a role model or somebody to guide you in life properly, affected you in any way? Do you think it actually really had an impact in your life?
Yeah, well, not having a role model, it's like living a life without no direction. You understand? So if you don't have a role model, if you don't have somebody who you are looking, if your role model is a man of God, you have to do the things the man of God do. If your role model is an herbalist, because of your love, it's very simple. If you say you don't like English, you cannot pass English.
One more thing, if your life generally is a message, what do you think the message will be?
If my life generally is a message, it's a message of transformation. It's a message of transformation, living from your old life to a new life. It's all about decision. It's a decision. It's not easy, but if you make up your mind, it is possible. If you make up your mind, it is possible. It's not really easy. Yeah.
And how do you think that Jesus has affected you now?
He has really, really affected me, because whenever I need him to pray and put my trust in him, he has never failed me. Whenever I call on the name Jesus, it's a name above every other name. Every other name bows before that name, Jesus. He's the one, the only one. He's a true living God, Jesus.
Chuks, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
It is quite entertaining at the same time. It is edifying and also encouraging. It's motivating.
Thank you too for giving me this opportunity. There are so many persons out there that their stories are even worse than mine, but there's no means to share. There's no means to tell the world what they've gone through. So being here is a very, thank God for this opportunity. Like I told you, if not for God, I would not be here. If not for God also, I wouldn't be given this great opportunity. Yeah, and I also thank the senior man of God, Dr. Paul Eneche, who has really done so much in the life of so many men, so many youths, so many mothers. He's really trying. If you want to really be transformed, go listen to his messages. Go online, visit the midnight prayers. Understand? The 1 hour with God. Every night, you see that whenever you listen to the message of this true man of God, your life will be transformed. Not only Paul Nature's music, music and messages I listen to. I also listen to somebody like Michael Oropo, Pastor Seaman. All these are, even old messages like Benson in Daosa. All these are the messages I listen to. Even the senior pastor David Oyedepo, even Pastor Adeboye, all these senior men, all these are fathers. All these are people where they are people I listen to their messages and my life got transformed. I listen to different messages. But I don't like seeing wherever somebody is talking bad about any man of God, because the Bible has said it. You do not have the power to condemn. Do not judge, so you will not be judged. You understand? All these are the things I've really learned.
Thank you so much, Chuks.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you.
I know that he that has started, this good work is able and will complete it.
Amen.
And we see you to the end.
Amen.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
God bless you, sir.